Hey everyone, welcome back to the North American LCS Summer Split. We got a few more things to go before we can all get out of here and be pyromaniacs on this awesome 4th of July day. I'm now joined by Mandatory Cloud and Zuna, Team Vulcan. Guys, congratulations. Now taking second place. How's it feel to know all the hard work is paying off?
Definitely feels great. Being top 2 is what we wanted to do season 1, but we didn't have the chance to. Now the start of a new split, and we're top 2 right where we wanted to be.
So, Mandatory Cloud, obviously you guys have been getting a bigger fan base. People know about Vulcan, but what do you guys think when, you hear that people aren't really kind of gunning for you? They aren't really thinking about who's in second. You guys came up from the bottom last year, and still people are just kind of, yeah, Vulcan.
We don't care as long as we win, so it's fine. We're trying to get a fan base though, so I mean, our polls will start looking in our favor from now on instead of like 30% against Curse if we beat 3 times.
It has to at some point. The consistency of second place being always near the top is definitely going to give you some fans at some point. So going into this game, 3-man ganks kind of hindered a lot of the middle part of the game. The TF alts coming in, they kept focusing Shen in the top. How'd you guys get around this? Because it seemed to really put hinder on the strat.
Well, I think pretty much Cloud was really fed, and our late game was just way better. And then one team fight, we botched pretty hard. And then a couple times I got caught sleeping. I just didn't do anything and just died. I'm bad. That's all I can say.
Now, that caught sleeping, you guys had first and last game of the day, plus a bit of a delay. So this is kind of a literal thing, caught sleeping. It's been kind of a long day.
Yeah, definitely. The whole game, right before we started, I was pretty much asleep. And my team's like, Chris, wake up, wake up. I'm like, oh, God, this is not going to be good.
So then, obviously, the comfort of Tristani, you were kind of able to go outside your bounds again with your late game carry. How'd that game go for you?
Yeah, it went pretty bad. I could have played so much better. Like, I never had to die once, but I just was playing bad because I'm going to just make excuses and say I was tired.
And a pretty awesome statistic you guys brought out in that game. We've seen a lot of play, and I'll go with ManCloud for this one. Turrets. Everybody pushing turrets. Then some of the objectives. You guys have 5 dragons and a Baron before you were really not going for the turrets, but before you started crushing down the base. What's the objective of this?
They definitely crushed us in turrets that game. That was why the 3-man ganks were hindering us so much, because we just couldn't push out without getting ganked by TF. But I think we got like one good fight and then a Baron, and we were able to turn that around. But obviously you want all the objectives. We were only getting the dragons, and they were crushing us in turrets.
Right on. And against Dig, how do you, once they start a 3-man split push, they try to come back on you, what's the best way that you guys have found to stop that?
You want to go?
Oh, sure.
Go ahead.
Pretty much it's as long as we don't fall behind too far, because we do have a better late game and a better team fight. We just had to play the team fight well once and have a good their team comp is like they have to force on us. So as long as we play it safe, whenever they force on us, they'll never be in good position, so we'll win the fights. And we just baited them at the end. They just came at us, and then I think we just killed Diana and Xin. And we never really had any threats to chase them, so as long as we're doing more damage and they have to go chase us, then we have to chase them, then eventually you'll win the team fights and take over map control.
So Vulcan, guys, final question here. It's just kind of a hypothetical. Coming into, the spring split and the summer split, you guys have been a momentum-based, late-game team. If the adaptability had to be there, could you guys force yourself into an early game composition and still come up with the same results?
I definitely think so. Right now, we still pretty late game, but we've made it so our early game doesn't falter nearly as much. If you've noticed, most of our games, we don't fall super behind ever. We're always going maybe 2-3K behind most of it at all times. So as long as you don't fall behind early, then it doesn't really matter if you have a late game comp.
All right, guys, thanks for the quick chat. Zuna, Mandatory Cloud coming in now second place for Vulcan. Congrats on the standings through the summer split here. And there is so much more to go. A little bit of replay, a little bit of standing recap. So we're going to head over right now to Jad on the telestrator to start that off.
Thank you very much, Riv. And I wanted to look back on a COG versus Velocity team fight that after this ended the game. And a couple things to prep this clip. Right now, Doublelift has just been hit by Elise Sinkyu, and he was 5 of the 10 COG kills on the game. So Velocity really wanted to kill him. And it's about really trying to get to Doublelift and how his shields go. So let's roll this at half speed to see how Velocity tries to get in. NK Inc. jumps in, doesn't get the kick immediately. It's a bit delayed, so COG's ready to react to it. Look how much damage Doublelift actually starts taking. Let's pause it here. Look at that. Doublelift has about under 100 health left, a bar. But we talked about the strategy for COG. Everybody shield Doublelift. Let's see if he can live. If we actually roll this at full speed, we'll get to see Shen, Barrier, and it keeps him alive. Doublelift, how did he not die in this fight is what everyone on Velocity is saying. Even Chris couldn't finish him off because the Thresh Lantern shield came in. But actually pause it here. How did 4 people on Velocity die? There were only 2 people diving Doublelift. Let's rewind this clip and figure out what really happened in this fight because everyone was focused on Doublelift. So right at the start of the fight, let's pause it here. Everyone forgets about Link, who's off on the side. Maple Street exists in this game. Watch now how, don't look at Doublelift. Try to track what Link's doing. Roll this in full speed. He's off on the side of the screen. He kills 2 people along with Big Fat LP almost immediately. Maple Street's dead. That got called out. He was off the screen. Also, Rumble died to Big Fat and Link. So the big thing to note here is last split, when teams tried to kill Doublelift, they would get him and COG would lose. But now COG is trying to capitalize on teams' over-aggression on Doublelift with plays like Link just made. That's one of the reasons they're much improved this split. Let's send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks very much, Jat. And so after an incredible day of action, let's take a look at the North American standings. Cloud9 remains in first place, going a perfect 2-0 this week, sitting at 10-2. While Vulcan sits alone in second place after winning both of their games as well, 8-4.
CLG owns third with a 7-5 record. Team Coast and TSM are tied for fourth, and Dignitas, Curse, and Velocity are sitting at the bottom of the standings after all going 0-2.
And now it's time to name our most valuable player for week number 4, and for helping his team go 2-0. The MVP award goes to TSM's Dyrus.
Yeah, TSM had a rough week at MLG, losing all 3 games, and Dyrus talked about how he should be playing more consistent rather than trying to carry the game in his interview today. So, you know, he really showed it with his Jace play. In their 2 games, he went 13-0 and 11 combined in their wins against Velocity and Team Coast. He was in the right place at the right time, and he was able to push teams off objectives all by himself.
So congratulations to Dyrus. And wow, that just about wraps it up here for week 4 of the North American LCS. Week 4 in Europe will kick off this Saturday. Up first, Fnatic versus Meet Your Makers. Then Gambit takes on Team Alternate, and Evil Geniuses faces off against Lemon Dogs.
After that, Ninjas in Pajamas face off against SK, Lemon Dogs take on Fnatic, and Gambit squares off against Meet Your Makers.
The party starts this Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Central European Summertime. And then next Thursday, we kick off Week 5 here in North America with 6 huge games. Up first, Vulcan versus TSM. Then Cloud9 faces off against CLG, and Velocity takes on Dignitas.
After that, it's Coast versus Curse. Then TSM taking on Velocity, and Cloud9 squaring off against Vulcan.
Week 5 of the North American LCS kicks off Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Central European Summertime. And that does it here for Week 4 of the North American LCS. So for myself, Kobe, Riv, Jat, and the entire live broadcast crew, GG, thanks for watching. And for those who celebrate it, happy 4th of July.
Hey, get double, get double, get double! He's dead! Yes! Over here.
The turnaround forgot the flash, the barrier, but he goes down. Triple kill for Sneaky. That's me and Sim. There may go down. Dyrus to come in and lay down the hammer.
I'm backing. He's there! Finish!
I got him. Help everyone else.
They're all dead.
We don't even deserve, dude. We don't deserve to cheer, dude. I feel so bad, dude. I don't even want to